Hey, it's Tuesday tea time with Dorarena, and I want to welcome all our first time viewers and those that will be watching the replay. Thank you for joining us tonight. Oh, we had a awesome time at our mother-daughter event, and oh my goodness, I want to thank everyone that participated. We had an awesome time. Okay, so I like to introduce my tea, and if you were been with me for the last couple of 2 or 3 weeks, someone gave me some tea, and you know, right across the street, the bottom of the screen, you'll see our PO box. If you'd like to send me some tea that you'd like for me to try out, I will try it out for you. This is peppermint rose. So this will be my first time trying this tea. And I got my blacksmith honey to put in my tea. That's my son, Blacksmith Honey Farm. So you can check him out on Facebook or check out his website. And you can get some raw honey. All right. Ah, so I hope that you have your cups with you tonight and that you fill your cup up with lots of wisdom tonight. All right. I have one of my favorite butterfly cups. Yay. Isn't that beautiful? Tea time. Okay. Well, I like peppermint anyway. Most of you probably know all that anyway if you've been with us for a while. But yeah, let's take another taste. That's different, but it's good. Okay, so well, you know what? Before we get into my topic, I want to share with you that, we did some craft things at the uh, mother-daughter event, and this is my craft that I did. See that? Isn't that cute? Get that in there. Okay, so I'm not a craft person, okay? So one of my girls, did part of it for me. So she wouldn't let me take all the credit for it. So it's always good to have those that have your back, okay? So that's the reason why it turned out right. Because of her. All right, so let's get to our topic tonight. Look at what we're talking about tonight. Evolve. Come on now, we getting ready to close out 2024, and we want to close it out well. Continue to evolve. Okay, so let's look at our first slide. I got something to let me show you this, because I want to put this in your thoughts. Okay, look at that. We start out as a caterpillar and we evolve into a butterfly. So keep evolving. Okay, never stop. So let's talk about this. All right. Okay, here's our first slide. When something evolves, it changes or develop over time. So an example for that is our taste in music, food, clothes evolve as we age. And you know what? Our person, well, let me say, our characteristics and uh, how we do life and the positive things in our life, the things we grow into. How about entrepreneurship and evolving into a business or university, going to school, or things like that? We evolve into things. And so take your time. So don't rush and try to go too fast, because you know what? If you go too fast, you're going to skip some steps. And those steps that you skip could be very important steps. And do you know that sometimes those steps are part of the your foundation of building something? If you don't get that foundation right, do you know you're going to have to go back, tear that foundation back up and rebuild? And now is the setback. So the last thing you want to do is keep trying to evolve too fast. Everybody has their own pace. So work according to your own pace, and don't get caught up in looking at how somebody else evolves and that they may evolve faster than you. Don't compare yourself to everybody else, because you don't know whether that person is skipping some steps or not. And they're going to have to go back and straighten out some things. Be concerned about knowing and learning at your pace and evolve, because you know what? There's too many things out there that will already try to hinder our walk and stop us from evolving, because some people just don't want to grow. Okay. And there's no such thing as just standing still. You're either going forward or you're going backwards. And if you're going to accomplish anything in life, your goals, reach your full potential, follow after your dreams, you are going to have to evolve. Because do you know every level is different, and you have to evolve into the next level. And you don't want to get, I say it like this: level to level. Some people say it, glory to glory. But you know what? You don't want to get stuck in the two. And when you get stuck in the two, you're just kind of you know you're stuck and you're stagnant. And you have to decide whether or not you're going to continue to push forward, or you're going to allow yourself to go backwards. And I want to encourage you to keep evolving. Okay, now I got a quote for you tonight, so let's look at our quote. Okay, I believe change to be a good thing. Everything must evolve, but you can't make an omelet, come on now, without breaking an egg. That's Simon Jordan. That, you know what? You can't make an omelet. You can't make anything without change. Without something has got to break. Something has got to be moved out of the way. Something has to, so to speak, die within us, so that we could get rid of it. And whatever that is that's in our way, we can get rid of it and move forward. I don't know if you ever uh, learned about how gold is purified, and how they turn up the heat with gold. And the more you turn it up, the draft, it comes to the top, and you just scoot that off, and that helps purify gold. Well, I don't know if you know this or not, but actual purified gold is actually clear. So our gold still has a little dirt in it, and that's why it has the yellowy color to it. But the heat has to be turned up in order for it to become what the more pure self. Okay, and that's what we want to become more of our pure self, so that we're not moved by how everybody else is. And we recognize what we're good at. We walk in the confidence that we have, and we gain wisdom by, uh, watching things around us as they evolve. We can learn what works for us and what doesn't. And that's wisdom. All right. Okay, let's look at our next slide. We're talking about evolving, okay? Wise evolution happens when we embrace humility, practice self honesty, and maintain a steadfast commitment to personal growth. Okay, that's how you are going to evolve the wise way. Okay, we have to be innocent. Well, we have to be honest with ourselves, and we have to embrace humility. And all that means is, when you're learning, you have to learn to be humble. Okay, because it just we don't have it all, and we can't go around acting like we have it all. You can, but that's a lack of wisdom, and you'll never evolve into who you were meant to be, because you're stunning your own self, because you don't think you need wisdom. You don't think you need to grow. You don't want to have to listen to what somebody else says. Okay. So that's pride, and pride will cause you to fall. But if you stay humble of heart and mind, and have a heart to learn, an open mind to receive, you will grow. And it won't take you long to get there, because if you stay at that place where you're a receiver, you have to learn to be a follower. A good leader is a good follower, and you have to have both. You can't just be a good leader and not know how to follow. So there's that humility there, and there's that confidence there to be that leader that you need to be. Those two, they go together. So you want to practice honesty, being honest with yourself, and then maintaining that commitment of growth, because you're going to have those down days where you just, and sometimes it just feels like, all, you know, hell is coming against you. You know what I'm saying? And, it's sometimes it's like that. And you got to know how to be resilient. You got to know how to bounce back. You got to be able to be strong enough to be able to handle things. And sometimes you can't just be ignorant of things, thinking that some things are not going to happen to you. That's when they do happen. Keep your eyes open, and always recognize that there's a possibility that something could happen. And not saying that you are allowing it to happen, that's something totally different. But never think that you are above something, because there's possibilities in life that you will encounter, especially when you think you're above it. Okay? So something's got to teach you humbleness. And, if you just be willing to submit yourself to some things, then that will teach you to be humble. All right. And it takes that to evolve. All right. That's pretty good. Okay, let me give you a tip. You know what? I have an extra tip for you tonight, and I know that this is for someone. So I'm going to give you this tip. Let's go to this slide. Let me give you this tip, and then I'm going to give you an extra tip because somebody need this tonight. Okay. So This is your tips on how to evolve. We got to have that practical application. Embrace new experiences. When you embrace new experiences, it builds confidence. Okay. If you're not willing to try new things, then how are you ever going to know that you are able to do those? And when you step out of that comfort zone and you do it, it builds the confidence in you to be able to do that. If you're ever going to be an entrepreneur, if you're ever going to go into higher education, if you're ever going to go to a trade school or whatever it is to reach your full potential, you're going to have to come out of your comfort zone. Okay. And it will build confidence in you because really the ability is in you already. You just need to activate it so you'll know that you're able. How about that? Learn from your mistakes. Don't get caught up in your mistakes and have pity parties and all this kind of stuff like that. Let me tell you, misery loves company, and all those that are miserable, they will come and party with you and you still won't evolve. Okay. So don't get caught up in all of that. Learn from your mistakes. And you know what? If you don't make a mistake, how you gonna learn? Because that's how we learn. That's the natural part of life. You can't be afraid to do stuff just because you think you're going to make a mistake. Well, you probably are, okay? But you learn from it, all right? Okay. Practice patience, patience with yourself, patience with other people. Oh my goodness, that will build character in you, and you're going to have that to evolve and reach your full potential, okay? And explore fresh perspectives. Don't get caught up in one way of how you look at things. Don't get stuck, on my way, or no way, have fresh perspectives, and that broadens your capability, your capacity to receive more. Okay. So fresh perspectives are essential strategies for cultivating wisdom as we evolve. So these are tips that you can use. Okay. Let me give you this extra tip for somebody. Sleep is essential for brain development at every stage. Now you remember that and you get some good sleep tonight. All right. Okay. Well, remember, this is Dorarena, and I always tell you I love you. Mwah. And remember to do this every day. Walk in wisdom. And you know what? Part of that wisdom is getting your proper sleep. All right. Good night.